Well, hello my beautiful Taurians, welcome to my channel. This is Babajalee here with a little bonus reading all about you. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam. Okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Taurians, this is a little bonus reading all about you. Us tarot readers, we tend to focus on career, money, love, but we never ask, how are you doing? So this reading is going to tap into what's going on with you right now and how you're moving through this time period. I'm only using one deck because I love the simplicity it lends to this reading. And also, I've opened up a competition for one subscriber to win a free personal reading from me, but I'll let you know how to win that a little bit later on because some people are here just for the reading and I don't like to waste anyone's time. So let's get straight to it. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Taurians? What do they need to know right now? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they going through at this moment in time? How are they moving through this period and what lies on the other side for them? How are they moving through breakthroughs? And we got the Devil card to start there. So some of you have been feeling a little bit stuck, perhaps asking questions like there's got to be more to this than there is right now. So it could be that you're looking for the alternative in life right now. I feel there is a sense of looking at things that perhaps have been toxic in your life or didn't go the way you'd hoped for. You're moving away from disappointment for some of you. We will tap in a little bit deeper in a moment, but I definitely see here that you're learning to let go of something, but also detoxifying your life, okay? Looking at the nature of feeling stuck, trying to own your own time, and really kind of like choosing healthier options in life as well. I feel like you're holding yourself to higher standards at this moment in time, and it's almost like you're doing a bit of a review in your life because you've got the Devil card and you've got the 5 of Cups. So you're letting something go that was really hard to let go of. This could be a memory of something. It can also be a challenge or an experience or something that you felt was for you, but you know, it may have been blocked by the universe in some way because the universe knows a better way. Something alternative is coming for you. You've got the Chariot card there. So we've got the 8 of Swords. That can indicate that you've been feeling a little bit stuck or you're in a period of pause. We have another flipper there. We have the 2 of Wands. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? We've got the 5 of Swords there. We've got the Knight of Cups, and we have the 9 of Pentacles. You have a lot on your mind right now. I feel like you also have a lot on your to-do list, and you've been feeling a bit challenged recently. So this can indicate, you know, you're giving life your all, and it feels like the pressure is on. 5 of Swords energy can indicate that, you know, you're battling away with something, and you're feeling a little bit under pressure with something, and it's almost like, you know, the straw that broke the camel's back. You realize something has to give, but whatever it is you're moving towards, I feel like there is a breakthrough here. Success with that Chariot card. 2 of Wands indicates your plans are developing the way that you hope for, and also that 9 of Pentacles indicates an independence, a wealth, a richness in your life to come. This is an energy here where you are, you know, focusing on your projects and your responsibilities, but I also feel that you're contemplating something more at this time. For some of you, it could be that you are, you know, really thinking about a move because we got the Chariot card there. This is movement and improvement, but it could also be physical movement to either a new house perhaps, or an apartment, maybe a new part of town. Some of you, it could be a different part of the world. I feel like you are strategizing or you're in your head about something because you feel that you need to think about this, whatever this is, okay? And I also feel because your Eight of Swords is in the resistance position, like you got it in the reverse, I feel like you're liberating yourself from something. You're being so honest with yourself, like that has to go. Something that has been hurting you or hindering you in some way, you feel it's time to just release it, okay? I mean, your first card there is the Devil card, and this is your protagonist energy, so it can indicate that you are, trying to work something out in your mind because it's partnered there with that Five of Swords, and the swords are all about the mind, the cerebral space where we, expect challenge. It can be that you're about to do something, but you're expecting things to be difficult or challenging, but you're giving it your all. It's something new because we've got the Page of Pentacles there. You're giving it all your thought, your energy right now. There's a foundation here of you working something out. Now, for some of you, it could be a course correction, or you're applying for something and it's something that perhaps you've never done before, but this is really going to take you out of your comfort zone, and actually it's going to be really rewarding, both in terms of, where you feel like you belong, that sense of contentment, you're going to feel fulfilled there, but also, it could be in terms of money as well. So some of you could be literally launching a business or, a financial endeavor in order to multiply wealth. But this reading is not really about money or love or all of those things. This is about the self. So the Devil card indicates you kind of identifying where you're feeling stuck in some area of your life, Sometimes we build a life of comfort, and this is what we strive for. Society says there are certain structures that perhaps you should strive for in your life. We're told these things right from the very beginning. So this can be, grow up, get a job, meet someone, settle down, have that family unit, and work until you retire, and then enjoy your retirement. That is a structure that is in place for, humanity at large at this moment in time. And you could be feeling the strain of that, like you want to do something different. You want to break out of the norm in some way, or you may be looking at, you've achieved this to some degree and you're like, well, what else? The Devil card can indicate now you're illuminating where you feel you need to come out of a comfort zone, or where fear has made you choose certain options. Now, of course, you're someone who's bold and daring, my beautiful Taurian, so I don't feel like you've chosen the safe route. I feel actually you want to reignite your passions, and the Devil card is that. It is a lusty card, so it can mean right now that whilst you're feeling frustrated in some area of your life, it means that you're about to have a major breakthrough and follow your passions, reignite that lust for life, and really, do more exciting things. There's an energy here of walking on the wild side. But because you have that Page of Pentacles, it means that you are strategizing, you're creating a foundation for you to launch yourself from. So it's not like you're taking a risk or a gamble that could fail. It's almost like you have created a plan or something that you may worry about the outcome, but ultimately, I feel that Page of Pentacles, the universe supports your endeavors, and I feel this is about you having a plan that you will apply, and of course, you are going to see the evidence of that plan flourishing, and, undeniable evidence that actually you're going to be very successful in it. Some of you, it could be that you're launching your own business, for example, or you're deciding to, have a lifestyle change. Perhaps you're thinking about being more involved in the community, or more involved in, earthly kind of works. And what I mean by that is like living with the land, growing food or herbs or things like that. So it could be that you're having a complete lifestyle choice change, or this is something you're thinking about that you would like to have for the future, but in your current circumstances, you feel that you're rooted to the spot because you need to have certain resources in order to move forward on that. Now, I'm just giving you examples. Some of you are like, nope, nope, nope. So I totally understand that this reading may not resonate with all of you. But I'm getting this energy of you wanting to do something different than what you normally do. So whatever that is for you specifically, please apply it to your situation. The Devil card actually is a card of discipline. Okay, so it highlights where we're tempted to coast, accept less than we truly deserve. It highlights where people underestimate us, especially, there's an energy here of perhaps you've reached a certain level in your life and you feel people underestimate how much it took to get to where you are right now, that you've put in so much hard work and you're still, humble, and that you are the student of life and you are consuming so much new knowledge in order to keep you interested in life or excited, and this thirst for knowledge will continue your success, but also it will continue your curiosity in life. I feel one of the hardest things as we adult is to keep curious, and you've got a page here, so this is about you trying to keep curious even though you may feel that you're bound to certain rules or regulations or duties or responsibilities that we all have to adhere to in this lifetime. Because the Devil card can be bound to something that we feel we must keep with for the time being until the right opportunity comes to present itself, and then we can release ourselves from something and try something new. So I'm just getting that energy right now, but also I feel this is a card of you looking at where you kind of like procrastinate, or things that you're tempted to be distracted by. Okay, this card, I'm getting strong distraction energy here, and we've got this Page of Pentacles, so it can indicate that perhaps you're invested in something, or you're working hard and committed to something, whether it's a person or a situation right now. Even yourself, I feel like, this is about you not reaching for the quick fix. I feel like you're trying to choose the healthier options. These are regenerative symbols here with geckos, salamanders. They can indicate that you are, transforming your life in some way, and that you've been given another chance to basically use the knowledge that you have to transform your life in a healthier fashion. So I feel a lot of you are trying to employ that kind of knowledge to your life right now. And, I feel like you are someone who is very careful, very diligent. You're very sociable, when you feel the desire to be, because this is a card of desire as well. So a lot of the time, especially because we have that Eight of Swords there and the Knight of Cups in the resistance position, it can indicate sometimes it gets a little bit too peoply, and of course you need to honor your time. And I feel this is something that you are focused on right now, implementing self-care routines or rituals that enrich your life, because then you can actually have that as a foundation to springboard and try new things, meet new people, but you need that safe space to return to. And this card, it can be a new venture or a new opportunity, not just to make money, but to really kind of like challenge yourself in some way, especially since we have that Five of Swords. For example, these cards can literally mean that you want to challenge yourself mentally. So it could be that you have started doing like puzzles or online kind of competitions or games, for example, that keeps your mind alert and, active there. For some of you, it could be that literally you just want to be more active in your community, or you want to engage more in life and what the world has to offer right now. It can also indicate that you feel that there's a lot of toxic cycles in play in the world, or a lot of like abuse of power or control in some way, and that you're learning new strategies in order to protect you and your family, learning more about financial structures, for example, maybe even learning to work online, for example, especially since the current economic climate is very volatile. It can be that with that Page of Pentacles and the Five of Swords, fives are all about challenge, but challenge and tension doesn't always have to be negative. It can be that when you challenge yourself, you actually learn new things, of course. And it can be that challenge, or this sense of pressure, actually activates us out of feeling distracted in order to find an alternative way, in order to, regain the power in our life, in order to restructure things in, a more easier fashion, for example. The Five of Swords can also indicate that some of you have been a little bit critical of yourselves recently, and you're catching yourself doing it, and you're trying to transform how you talk to yourself, that inner critic. So I'm also being given this energy. Of course, with the Devil card and the Five of Swords, this can indicate, especially since that Page of Pentacles is a person, and this is your protagonist energy, it can be that in a world that some people can be deceitful, or the way that it's governed at this moment in time, there's so many like toxic cycles or unethical people, and you feel that you are a very honest, true blue person in a world where sometimes you feel you don't fit in, because you're someone who is honest, true blue, you do things by the book, you care so much, and you feel that it's really hard to, make your way in a world where the structures, before you even came into this lifetime, it's almost like they're there to kind of set people up to fail, but fail you shall not. I feel that you are someone who challenges the status quo. You find a way. You've come here with natural knowledge and talent and abilities, but also you acquire new knowledge to help you transform and make the structures work for you. So this is something that it may not resonate with everyone, but I've really got this energy of like learning more about like financial structures or legacy money, generational wealth, that sort of thing that I've got coming through. I'm not sure why, but maybe because the Page of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, which is financial independence, to be free financially. So this is about you being very successful and acquiring a certain amount of wealth for you and your family. Now, this could be something that you're thinking about right now. For some of you, it could be that you're looking at safe places to put your finances, looking at your 401k, your pensions, your acquisitions. And this reading is not meant to be about, financial things outside of yourself, but these could be things that are on your mind right now. You may be looking at your resources and seeing, of course, that the price of goods and services and everything that perhaps you utilize to run your life smoothly, everything is going up. But you may feel that, you have to be very clever with your finances to make things go a long way. So I feel like you're being very careful with your resources, but also I feel like you are trying to transform your life in order to make sure you don't get stuck or feel bored in a cycle of repeat. Okay, so I'm just going to pull a quick card with that Five of Swords because I'm getting a very strong energy with this. So I feel like there's an energy of having a delicate conversation with a person, and it's not that you want to let this person down, but it could be that you have to tell them a critical piece of information or have a discussion with this person that could be quite delicate, and you feel that you have to deliver it in a certain way where you're going to give the truth. And sometimes, especially with the Five of Swords, we have to acknowledge that when we give the truth, the absolute truth to a person, even if it is a critiquing conversation, I feel the delivery, of course, is important. You can be diplomatic and tell a person the honest truth. You don't have to destroy a person's morale or spirit in the way that you deliver something. So it can be that you are right now having a very important conversation or thinking about approaching a very important conversation with a person who perhaps has been stuck in a cycle of repeat or, has found it hard to break out of a cycle. You may feel, for some of you, this is a younger person, you may have concern for a person. And again, this may not resonate with everyone, but I'm just getting this energy. I mean, it could be that you're concerned about a friend, for example, and you need to try to have a very delicate conversation with this person to kind of snap them out of a certain behavior. We must remember that a person can only do that for themselves. The true power comes from not altering others, but mastering oneself. So you lead by example, which is something I definitely see you doing here, my beautiful Taurians. But I also feel that, when you have a discussion from a very compassionate place, then the person can think about what you've said, and your truth will ring in their ears and it will reach their heart and they will transform because of it. So I'm just getting that message coming through. I'll pull a card on it because that's really very precise, and it's definitely not going to resonate with everyone. So this is obviously a message for someone in particular. I feel this part is there's going to be other messages coming through is what my guides are giving me. Two of Swords, it's like reach within, go within. If you had to receive advice from someone about something, how would you put it? Or how would you like to hear it is what I'm being given. So Two of Swords can be this energy of defensiveness as well, or you're at a stalemate with somebody. It could be that you've had conflict with a person, or it could be that this person, they need to learn how to kind of break free from a cycle. It could also be you, that you are trying to reach within, go a little bit deeper in order to catch yourself when, you are being critical about yourself. But I am getting this energy of having a discussion. I mean, this card, when you look up the meaning of it, it is a balanced conversation, maybe even for some of you, not all of you, this is a very delicate thing to say. So for some of you, this could be like an intervention with somebody, for example, okay? And I feel that, in time, there is an energy of this person kind of like finding their way out of the cycle of repeat. That's what I'm being given. So with a lot of love and respect, I will move away from this energy, but I do see you having an important conversation, and you're talking from the heart. You're talking instinctively to this person, giving advice, balanced. Because if you ever tell a person, I mean, we were all young once, right? If anyone ever told you, don't do that, the first thing that you really want to do is like, watch me, okay? You know, I'm a Scorpio, so maybe I'm different than a Taurian, but, you know, if anyone tells you not to do something, there is this stubborn streak where it's like, don't tell me what to do, okay? But if we approach things in a more moderate fashion, especially when we're concerned about a person, the last thing you want to do is like call them out on something and say, you shouldn't be doing this. Because once you do that, that's given them fuel to like want to do it more, especially if you're dealing with a stubborn person. And perhaps maybe I'm calling myself out for being like super stubborn when I was younger. I certainly was. You know, we're all feeling our way through life. And I feel that, you know, if you have to kind of like interject in someone's life or offer help to somebody right now, maybe even this is a conversation you might be having with yourself. It's like you feeling your way through something and recognizing that, you know, there is a way out and you will conquer this, whatever this is, because this is the protagonist energy. Right now, I'm getting like this friend energy, like you may be dealing with a friend for the majority of you, but some of you, this could be you, that you're trying to find your way out of a cycle. And it doesn't mean that, you know, you have addictions. It doesn't mean that at all. It can mean that, you know, you found yourself in a lot of pressure, or you found yourself in a cycle of repeat that perhaps has been weighing you down. Life can get really heavy sometimes, and sometimes we need to acknowledge, we need to sit with self, to have a conversation with ourselves and really think about what it is that we want. In solitude, wisdom comes. In silence, it is delivered and heard. So I feel that some of you, it's about taking some time out in order to find your way and come out the other side. There's definitely a breakthrough here. I mean, if you know the history of this card, this figure, there's no threat there, okay? This figure, the swords are up because they're feeling a little bit vulnerable. They have to make a major decision. They're about to discover new lands in the background there. There's stepping stones, okay? The water is calm. There's no threat there. This person is actually in a really great position right now, okay? So it can be that, you know, you're in a good position right now, but you're questioning, what's next? What else? There's got to be more to this than just this. So, you know, this figure is about to go off and do something where there is uncharted territory or something new. And this person has to be like bold and daring and really face it head on. But this is the calculating phase where it's like, let me think about it first. You know, don't get lost in the thinking. I feel you've got a healthy kind of like balance between thinking and doing, because this is a doing card. You're a doer. You're going to see the results of all your hard work and your effort. And I feel there is some actual good news coming in here, something that I feel you'll celebrate later on. It doesn't feel like you celebrate it right now, but it could be like a milestone hit, or it could be like a symbol of something to come, that you realize that there is reward or there is success. And it's coming towards you, but with that Two of Wands there, it's like you're waiting for results on something. So for some of you, with the Two of Swords and the Devil card, and that Five of Swords, there's a lot of worry here, okay? So I'm sending you a huge hug out there, no matter what you're going through, because I feel like I'm disconnecting from the giving advice energy that's kind of like dissipating now. So I feel for the rest of you beautiful Taurians, if you're worried about something, I actually see that you're in a really great position and there's nothing to worry about here. You may be waiting for results on something. This could be a test, because remember that Five of Swords can be a testing energy. It's like you've done something or you're doing something and you're not really sure how it's going to go right now. For some of you, it could be that you've been for a test. It can be that you are changing something about your life in some way. Maybe you're like going overseas to live a life abroad and you've never done it before. It's exciting, it's thrilling, you've invested in it, and now you're just going to see how it works out. So people will never know how anything goes until they're doing it. So I definitely see here that you're strategizing and that you are, you know, kind of like, you're going to be winning, that's for sure, because you've got the card of winning there. The Chariot card indicates conquering something, being triumphant. Two of Wands indicates that's not just like the measure of success. There's more to come. Things are developing in an interesting way for you. And the Nine of Pentacles indicates that you're going to be free from whatever it is that's been holding you back, or anything you feel tied to. It also indicates that you're going to do more independent things. And of course, you're in control, okay, in a healthy way, not in a negative way there as well, okay? But there's also this energy of, and perhaps some of you have been experiencing this recently, you may have gone through something that was really challenging to the point where I'm just getting this, not just on autopilot, a disassociation kind of energy where you may have started something and then not finished it. And you may have noticed that you've started a lot of things but not finished them. And it can be that there's been something else distracting you at this time because of this cycle. But I feel like you're about to break through this, whatever this is. So if you're the sort of person who picks up a good book and you're reading it and suddenly you've put it down and you mean to come back to it, but life, it's challenging. And I feel with that Devil card, a lot of you have been under pressure right now, especially financially. Okay, I have to acknowledge that these cards have popped up together. And although this reading is about you and it's not about things outside of yourself, it can be things that affect you, the nature of thinking financially, that even if you're someone who is very successful, which I see here with that Page of Pentacles, you've had lots of successes to get to the position that you're in, but also it can be that, you know, you're always trying to make sure that you're secure. So once you reach a certain level, it's about maintaining and sustaining and making sure that it doesn't go away. You know, when you reach a certain level of success, I'm sure, like even those millionaires or billionaires, I don't really know much about that, of course, but I'm sure that whatever it is they did to get to that position, they're haunted sometimes by the fact that it could all go away the next day. You know, it could go on a dime. I'm sure these people are like invested in so many things where they take risks and things like that, maybe calculated risks with people who've got lots of information to help them. But it's like maintaining and sustaining a certain position. So no matter where you are, you know, I feel this is about you worrying about being able to make sure you sustain something. And I want you to be aware that you will, okay? So I want you to be aware that this Eight of Swords is like removing the worry, removing this feeling of like anguish, if some of you are feeling that, okay? Because the Five of Swords is a card of worry, it's a card of tension, but it can be that right now life is a lot and it's hard and it's draining and you're trying to find a way all the time. And it can be that no matter how hard you try, you feel that something isn't gelling right now or it hasn't clicked into place, but I do see here that it will, okay? There is a transformation energy here. Because we have the Five of Cups, and as I said, this may not resonate with everyone, but because of the cards that have popped out, I have to honor them. The Five of Cups is a breakdown of something, or it can be like a disappointment or shock or having to let go of something that perhaps you feel isn't for you anymore. I feel like some of you are outgrowing situations, or you feel that you've hit a certain level and now you need to reach for more. Because when you get to a certain level in life, of course, we're all the student of life, and I feel like you absolutely know that, there's the next level. You don't want to get bored. You don't want to get distracted. And that Devil card can indicate that you've hit a certain level that your passion and your lust for life brought you to, and now you're maintaining it and sustaining it, but it's like, what's next? Just to keep life interesting. And with this Five of Cups here, I feel right now you're in a transition period where you're looking at all the things that perhaps you have been doing or accepting or have found challenging. You know, Five of Cups can be a shortage of things. This could be, you know, an energy of disappointment. You went for something and it didn't work out, or it hasn't materialized just yet. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen just because you can't see it. Sometimes a measure of success we cannot fathom by ourselves, because when we're in the middle of all the chaos of making it work, it's hard to really gauge how successful you're being or how things are going. So when you take like a more detached energy and step back and see things from a higher perspective, that's when you see that you've come a long way, okay? And as you can see, there's two golden cups in this card, which highlight that you may be experiencing like a setback or a disappointment right now, or you may feel like nothing's happening. That, you know, you've been there, done that, and like thrown out the t-shirt. But the universe is about to deliver Two of Cups there. So that is something that your heart really desires, because I feel some of you, there's this energy of this lament, the missing piece, the missing ingredient in life. Now, for some of you, this could be love, okay? It could be a high-level commitment that you're hoping to attract in the future. I feel like you are someone who is very attractive. You actually do turn heads. You get a lot of attention, but perhaps not the attention that you want. I feel like you are going to meet someone, and this person, they may be connected to travel, is what I'm seeing there, or you may meet this person traveling. I mean, some people, when I say that, it's like they're not booking a vacation or anything like that. It could be that you're literally traveling to work and you bump into someone, or you have an exchange in a coffee store on your way to somewhere. So it can be that you're like in motion when you meet this person. That's what I mean, traveling. But it could also be literally that you're traveling abroad, okay? Or you could be traveling in your car, for example. So please take it as it resonates. I feel if you're looking for love and you feel that's the missing ingredient in your life, I do see that, you know, you are going to meet a person, because we have that Knight of Cups there. I cannot ignore that card. You're going to meet someone who has a romantic feeling for you. There's a lot of attraction there. This person is very fun-loving, and they actually give you a compliment. And as soon as you get that compliment from that person, things develop quite quickly, and you'll actually travel with this person quite early on in this relationship. But also, I feel whatever you're trying to attract right now, you feel like you haven't got it, or you're working towards it. It always feels like it's just out of reach. But the universe is going to deliver that missing ingredient, because this is an energy of like letting go of something that perhaps isn't for you, or letting go of the like outcome attachment to let the universe surprise you. Because sometimes, you know, especially if you're going through a separation or you've been let down in a high-level commitment, sometimes the universe will block that relationship, because the universe knows that there is a relationship that is more suited to you and your needs further down the line in your future. You know, sometimes we accept less than we truly deserve in a relationship, and the universe does not want you to coast, or does not want you to accept something just because, you know, it's nice, it's passionate, it's wonderful in the moment, but you are seeing some red flags on something that perhaps doesn't completely gel. The universe will block that relationship on purpose, and later on you'll learn, when you meet the new person, why you ever accepted that last relationship, because, you know, you'll learn that there was someone who was more suited to you in the future. So sometimes we have to trust the process. You know, that Five of Cups, it is an energy of kind of like looking at, because I'm getting a very interesting energy come through, and normally this would be connected to the Six of Cups, but it's an energy that's coming through, so perhaps this is something you've been thinking about recently. It's like this energy of like lost youth, okay? Now, no matter how old you are right now, whether you're like 18 or whether you are like 95, you know, this is not about age. It's almost like you looking at a time when you were younger, when things seemed to be easier. It's like back then it was just easier, and I'm just getting that energy right now, and it's like, when did it get so hard? Okay, and I feel a lot of you've got responsibilities and pressures of life in general there, and even if you're starting something new or you're just starting out on something, I feel like, you know, with this card, it indicates, yes, there's going to be ups and downs, and yes, there's going to be wins and losses, but I feel ultimately you're walking into a win right now, and just before we are about to succeed in something, things get really chaotic, okay? So if you feel like you're going through a measure of chaos, or things have just not been gelling or fitting in right now the way you want them to, it's because you're about to have a major breakthrough. So I want you to be aware of that. But also, I'm getting this energy of sadness and grief, so I have to honor that. For some of you, there's an energy, a lament, where not just like a grief of the self. Some of you, it could be, you know, when you were younger, you may have felt it was easier to meet people, talk to people, you know, connect to opportunities, or perhaps it was just easier, you know. Maybe it's that you're thinking like way back when you didn't have responsibilities of holding a job and paying bills and all of that. I'm not really sure what it is that's coming through, but this is something that perhaps maybe you've been thinking about recently. And I also get this energy here where some of you, not all of you, may actually be in grief. So I'm sending you a huge hug out there. If you're grieving something or somebody, I'm sending you a huge hug out there. I mean, the Knight of Cups in the resistance position, it can also indicate a person that you love dearly. So because I was getting strong friendship vibes at the beginning of this reading, it could be something that only if you've come to this reading and have experience already, because I don't see it anyway here. I mean, there's no death card here, so I want you to be aware of that. But it may be something that you've experienced before you came to this reading, either a friend passing or, you know, lamenting a relationship between you and a friend having conflict and splitting up, separating in some way, and they disappointed you, let you down. But I do see that in the future, if this person has not transitioned to the otherworldly plane, for example, and this person is still on the earthly plane, I do see them giving an olive branch, and you can rekindle your friendship. So that's something that's coming out there, but there must be an honest, open conversation where people take accountability and responsibility. But for those of you who are grieving someone who was very special to them and they have passed away, for example, and this is before you came to this reading, I'm getting an energy of the memories of this person, and this is really random, but my guides just brought me immediately to this card and said, the key of the message is with the birds. I don't know what that means, okay? But I actually realized that this bird, it looks like a hummingbird, okay? And it's holding a key. The key of the message is with the birds. Okay, that's either very precise or I'm not really sure what that means, but the key of the message is with the birds. Freedom. Freedom, you know, variety being the spice of life. If you think about those birds, especially hummingbirds, it can be that, you know, they make something challenging and difficult actually look really easy. So it can be that, you know, you've been going through some challenge and difficulty, but I feel like, you know, you will overcome this and things will get easier. But also it can be more of breaking free, because these cards, you know, Eight of Swords in the resistance position is to break free from something. And maybe that's the message from this person, you know, live life, be free, be independent, do your thing. You know, don't think about what anyone else thinks. This is your life. Follow your path and sparkle like you're meant to sparkle. Shine your light. So it can be that, because I feel there's an energy of you being very special. And whenever the flowers are in bloom, this person, it's like you will smell their scent, or there's something about, I'm just seeing if I can get any other tangible kind of like images or anything in the water. Okay, I'm just seeing like coins and feathers. Now these are things that are typical that show up. So perhaps they're trying to give you messages that you would typically associate with their presence. So coins and feathers, you'll see a lot of those over the next coming weeks and months to let you know that they walk by your side, that they're with you, and they're always with you during moments of challenge as well to help you move through this, and that there are better times that lie ahead there, okay? And to be your wonderful, feisty, free self is what I'm being given. So with a lot of respect and love, I'm going to move away from that energy and disconnect, but I have to leave you with that message. The key of the message lies with the birds. So yeah, I will leave that. It may mean something, or perhaps it's something for you to decode that has meaning for you. So as I said, with respect, I'll move away from that message there. Now, the fact that these cards are in the resistance position, Five of Cups means that which you lost, you shall rediscover, okay? Or it shall be delivered back to you. So whether that was an opportunity, this could be love, this could be a job, it could be money, it could be, you know, you rekindling that spark within yourself. If you feel that you have been lost yourself, or you've been drifting in some way, or you've been just feeling stuck, this means that you're going to rediscover yourself and set yourself free. Eight of Swords in the resistance position is actually a great card. It means freedom. So I'm not surprised to have got a message like that just now. But the Eight of Swords, it's like you could be freeing yourself up right now from overthinking, from overanalyzing, because of that Five of Swords in the upright there. So I'm just highlighting that you're releasing yourself because of these cards in the resistance position. They counterbalance and counteract the cards in the spread. So what I'm being given here is some of you are resisting the knee-jerk reaction to criticize yourself, for example. Also, it can be that, you know, sometimes we have a certain expectation in life, and if it's not met, we instantly feel disappointed or let down, but perhaps we should view it in a different form, which is like, well, what's the message? in this? Why did that not go the way I imagined it would? What am I here to learn about this? Because remember, the Page of Pentacles, although it's a curious card, it's also a card of learning, being the apprentice of life, noticing that everything that comes our way are lessons. Even if we didn't ask for those lessons, sometimes we're given very challenging and difficult lessons. But I see that you're passing tests, okay? And I see that for some of you, it could be that you're nervous because you've got a driving test, right? Because you've got the Chariot card there. So it can be that you're overthinking things, you're feeling a bit of worry, a little bit of nervousness. But actually, I see that, you know, you're going to pass with flying colors, and you will have to wait a little bit of time there for a certification. You may even have to, of course, wait for your license to come through, because the Two of Wands is like waiting for the results. So it's like taking an action, doing something, waiting for the results, and actually seeing on the other side that Nine of Pentacles, which means that you did it. You'll celebrate yourself. You should be proud of yourself. This is a card of self-assurance. It's a card of, you know, sealing a deal or making something happen. It's a card of like having a glow up and really like honoring that you went for something, you achieved your goal, and now you can be comfortable in the fact that you did it, and now you move on to the next thing. So please apply it to your situation. I just feel for a lot of you, there's this pressure to do something or to start something, or, you know, reimagine your life in some way, or rediscover a part of yourself that you feel has been laying dormant for a while. And sometimes we put pressure on ourselves to kind of like relive a part of our life where we were truly happy. But we mature, and of course life changes, and now it's about rediscovering ourselves, but also discovering new things. And I feel that's why that Two of Swords came out. It's like, if we always do what we always do, we're always going to get what we always get. And if you're not currently happy with that, it's like reimagining or revamping your life or trying something new. And that can be a little bit daunting, but actually it sets us free. Sometimes, you know, when we're worried about something or we feel we want to do something, the best way is to charge at it and make it happen. And I feel with that Knight of Cups there, that's something that perhaps you're going to be doing very shortly. It's something that you love doing. And I feel it's going to give you this sense of fulfillment. Now, of course, the Knight of Cups, it's in the resistance position at first. So this tells me that some of you may have even dealt with people who had unrealistic expectations of you. You give so much of yourself, and you may be looking at readdressing the balance right now, looking at reciprocity and how much you give and you give and you give to life, to love, to situations, to people, your neighborhood, your everything. It's like you're constantly giving, but I feel a lot of you are feeling a bit drained, or you may have felt that you've lost your sparkle recently, and it's like you're trying to revive your spirits and regain your energy so that you can focus on more things that you love doing for you. So I definitely see that there is a readdress of the balance here. I feel like you have gone through a period recently where it's like you've been feeling discouraged by something, or you feel that perhaps you're just on this treadmill of life and you want to do something a little bit different, or you kind of like look at what's the alternative. And right now I feel like you're seeking the alternative, and I feel there is this energy of wanting to have more fun, more spontaneity. You know, I feel although you've got responsibilities and you've got things that you're doing right now that are duty bound, shall we say, I feel this is about protecting your dreams and your goals. And even if you have a setback, even if you have a disappointment, it means the universe says that opportunity is not for you, because in the future it's going to go away, or it'll be taken away from you, or it's just going to be really toxic for you. There is a better way. There is an alternative. So sometimes we must trust why something is removed from our lives, because something better is being delivered. Okay. And I definitely see that perhaps some of you have been going through that right now. And again, it may not resonate with everyone, but that's something that's coming through. Now, of course, the Knight of Cups, it can also indicate there is a desire to romance your life a little bit more, but because of all the pressures of life, it's really hard to find time to be able to do that. So I feel like you're trying to forge a way to carve time out for you. And I just get an energy here that a proposition, I'm just being given this thing, something is coming back around. Now, this doesn't have to be love. It doesn't have to be an opportunity. It could be that, you're given another chance at something, or you're entering into a different stage of life right now where things are changing and you found it challenging, but now you're stepping into a sense of empowerment. Now you're learning to love the stage of life that you're moving into. I just get this sense of like an opportunity is just coming back. I mean, for some of you, it could be that you went for a job interview. You went for, some sort of testing interview, and you felt when you walked away from it that people just, they were a little bit moody or disconnected, and you just didn't know how it went, and you felt that perhaps it didn't go so well. Actually, you're going to hear from this and find out actually you've got another interview, or you're going to get the job. Because I feel here, with that Two of Wands, there's a little bit of a wait. So it could be second or third interview energy, and suddenly you seal the deal. For some of you, it could be that you are trying to get a permit on something, or a bursary, or an award, or some sort of sponsorship, for example. And you may not have heard back on something, because this is a card of waiting for results. But then suddenly, you hit the jackpot and you get the thing that you wanted. So I definitely see here that whatever you are kind of like waiting for, or, feeling that perhaps it's almost like maybe you're protecting your energy by saying it's probably not going to happen, or it's probably not going to be for me. Or even if you're single, for example, it could be that some of you are like, you know what, there's no one out there for me. I'm never going to find anybody. But the universe is like, wait and see. Because right now I'm shaking things up a little bit, and I see that you're attracting, attention there. I feel like this is a card of loving life, of having more money, multiplying your wealth, being able to save, security. This is you like being very attractive, and this is not a gender specific reading, but it feels, with that Chariot card, you'll be moving on from the single state and having a high level commitment. This is a romantic partner that you haven't met yet, for example. And for some of you, especially if you've been separating or going through a divorce, there may have been some dirty tactics there, and it's taking you a while to really get over that, heal from that. Take the time that is necessary to do that. For some of you, not all of you, I mean, you could have had a lot of pressure on yourself and you just felt really burnt out, and like a part of your life cycle felt like it broke down. And you're just trying to recalibrate and get clear on what it is that you want and what really like excites you in life. Because when life tries to grind you down, it's really hard to, get back up again. But you keep getting back up. And I see here, this time, it's like there's a lot of success. There's a lot of like reward, and there's a big old wide world out there for you to explore, and things are going to get a little bit more exciting. And I just get an energy here as well that you're overcoming obstacles and delays, and you're on to bigger and better things. Okay, because the Two of Wands, it normally means you've accomplished something, then you're on to the next, okay? You may be waiting for results, seeing how it goes, something you invested in, it's just ticking over nicely, but you want to, branch out. You want to expand. This is a card of expansion and opportunity. With the Chariot card, it's like amplified. You're going to next level success. Now, this can be applied in all areas of life. For some of you, it could be that health, of course, is wealth. So you're focusing on a personal endeavor project. You're transforming yourself, holding yourself to higher standards at this time, and therefore, you're going to see the results of your hard work that you've invested in yourself. You're going to see you going from strength to strength, and it sets you free in some way, and you feel really proud of yourself. For others, success could be money, being financially free and independent. You could be launching a new business, a money-making idea. Some of you are migrating your business overseas for better opportunities to save your wealth, for example. So whatever it is that you are doing right now, I feel like you're challenging yourself because you feel that if you always do what you always do, you're going to remain stuck in a cycle of repeat. And I feel like you're taking ownership right now. And that Chariot card indicates that you're dedicated to something and you're going to see progress in it. You're disciplined and you will be victorious, okay? Now, the Chariot card can also indicate that it's been a very fast-paced life. It feels like there's never enough time in the day, but you're going to see a shift is what I'm seeing there. And when you compartmentalize and prioritize your time, you're going to see that time seems to not stand still, but it seems to work itself out, that things aren't going to be taking up so much of your time that you don't have enough time for you. I definitely see there's a change in time for you. I'm seeing a clock right now, and it's almost like I'm seeing like the, you've got like minutes and seconds, those hands on a clock. They're like spinning real fast, okay? And then I'm seeing it like slow down to like a nice measured pace. So for a lot of you, it can be that you're slowing your pace to stop and enjoy the roses a little bit more in life. And this Two of Wands, with all the other cards, especially the Five of Swords, it's like you're planning something and you can't wait to get moving on it, but you have to wait for the right circumstances before you can actually commit to something. And I feel that this is about you being ambitious. You're mapping your progress right now. And when we try to map our progress and we look at things from a very critical angle, we can feel like we haven't achieved what we really wanted to achieve by now. Okay, things that we thought we would have by a certain age, it can be that we feel let down by life, okay? But I want you to be aware the universe has alternative like plans for you where there is a measure of success that will kind of like, it's like a growth spurt, right? It feels like time you're going to be able to enjoy more because it's slowing down for you to actually live more in the present. But your measure of success is speeding up where you're going to accomplish more and feel like suddenly, if you feel like you're in the race of life, for example, and you feel like you've started this and you're on, the little competition race path and the end is in sight, but you still feel like you're here when you should be here, suddenly you're going to get like a boost. You know what I mean? And suddenly, there's going to be like a stepping stone to more success or to a higher level in some way. And you're just going to see measured results of you having this win there as well. And Two of Wands, it is to contemplate and be at a bit of a crossroads, but it's also about things developing behind the scenes. Even though you feel like you're in a certain position, the universe is aligning you with your path and to bring you what you need. And I just feel like you're envisaging something new right now, something that you've already started to make progress on, but you can't see the measure of it until it is fully in your hand. Because that Nine of Pentacles, you're a realist, my beautiful Taurians. It's like, I'll believe it when I see it. When I have it in my hand, then I'll know it's real. So I'm really getting this energy of you kind of like, even if you're studying for something and it's crunch time, you're doing all your dissertations, there is a test, whatever it is that you're going through, and then suddenly you hear that you got like a really great grade and you have passed and you're like, that's incredible, but you feel like you cannot celebrate until you got that certificate that proves you got a great grade, and now you can enter the world of whatever it is that you want to achieve in. Okay, so I just get this energy with that Nine of Pentacles. You are working towards being financially free, but also honoring your independence. You're focused on your projects. You're solidifying the foundation of security in your world. And I feel like, you are sticking to those plans and you're not going to be distracted is what I see. I feel like you notice what is distracting you or what gives you like a temptation to kind of like derail you from your plans. And this could actually be a person as well. It could be someone who distracts you. Could be an environment. I feel like you're distancing yourself from these things in order to focus on what you need to focus on at this time. And this is a card of success, achievement. It's a card of harvest time where you can rest and relax. And it also indicates that some of you may actually want to do some solitary learning as well. But ultimately, I'm getting this energy of you kind of like wanting to appreciate the moment and live more presently as well, because you can feel right now that things are overwhelming. And the only way to combat that is to be more present with your thoughts. This is a card of your thoughts governing you. And this is a card of you being in control of your thoughts and making sure that they do not overwhelm you and you're not overanalyzing. You're kind of like transforming your life to feel secure. And I definitely see as well, for some of you, and my readings are not like this, I see a detoxifying going on. To have the Devil card to start, and we got the Five of Cups, you may be giving something up or cutting something out that perhaps, isn't good for your body. It's something that when you give this up, whatever it is, you're going to see a noticeable difference, that you're younger looking, that you have more energy, that, it's almost like the elixir of youth. I know it's strange that I'm getting that from this reading, but this is something that's coming through. And it could be something as simple as picking up a hobby and it becomes that elixir of youth that really sparks that passion in your soul. Or it could be that you give something up that has been draining your energy and giving you dark circles under your eyes, for example, and suddenly you're like, I gave it up, and I actually took more water, because this card can also connect to rehydrating yourself and making sure that you are not so distracted every day that you forget water intake and things like that. So it's like you will see a noticeable difference in your body, mind, and soul. Okay. Now, of course, before I move forward as well, for some of you, especially with the 5 there, it can be that some of you have been dealing or battling with an unwellness or something that has been really challenging, and you're just trying to manage it. You're showing up for yourself every day, and you're just trying to manage it. And first of all, I'm sending you a huge hug out there, but I do see that, you will get a measure of conquering this, okay? You will get on top of this and manage it, and you'll definitely find, perhaps, I see here with the Chariot card and the 9 of Pentacles, perhaps a practitioner or someone who's very compassionate who can use their knowledge to help you as well. So that's coming through there too. So I'm sending you a huge amount of love and hugs if you've been going through that. But I do see for the majority of you, something that you've been waiting and anticipating is what I'm being given. You'll see success in it, and you will free yourself from something that has been making you feel really stuck or challenged. Okay, I'm just going to go get some final cards for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. We have the Moonlight. Take a chance on someone new, especially if some of you have perhaps loved and lost in the past. That can be very challenging, and it can chip away at your confidence. But because you have that Knight of Cups, some of you, it's time to take a chance on someone new and, get back into the dating scene in some way. If you're shy, for example, 5 of Swords can be that when you meet someone, it's really challenging. You get a little bit shy or tongue-tied, for example, and with the right person, it's going to feel easy. It's going to feel organic. But it says here, dating, flirt, first stages, and casual. Okay, so we got that going on there. So that's probably why the love part came up briefly there. But I do see that you will meet someone new, and I see that this person actually really raise you up, okay? But also this can be like take a chance on something new. It doesn't always have to be someone. And because you've got that Page of Pentacles, the beginning of your reading, actually the main part was about taking a chance on something new, because if we always do or accept something, it will continue in the same vein. The thing we must learn is that if we don't change something, we accept it. And I feel this is about you not accepting anything anymore and gravitating away from something that perhaps has been hurting you or draining you or disappointing you in some way. You're evolving and you're taking back your power for sure in this situation, whatever the situation is for you. And finally, we have the Black Moon. A lost opportunity is returning. That's literally what your whole reading was pretty much about. The universe lines you up with something else, even though you feel like you didn't get it, or you feel that it's a lost opportunity. It's going to come back around. And for some of you, it may come back in a different form, in a better form. But I feel there's energy here of second chances, a return, and a reset button. And I feel a lot of you are going through a reset in your life, a transformation, a transition towards something different, a new lifestyle choice. And sometimes it's like, when you go through that, it's like you're in between worlds, okay? It's like you got one foot in the old you, and you got one foot in the new you, and you're trying to really recalibrate, okay? And I feel this is about you kind of like growing and learning and becoming, shall we say. So I feel that things are going to get better for you, but there is a return to better times and more freeing times is what I see. And I just see that this challenge or this dilemma for some of you that you've been going through, it's going to work itself out. And I feel the universe is supporting your decision to move you forward, because I definitely see movement and improvement here for you, and you coming out the victor, shall we say. You conquer this or you win this, whatever it is, okay? So I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a wound before we close. Interesting. Okay, so my guide said drop it, so I did, so I went again. But as I did, interestingly enough, we got a trinket that popped out, and it's a ladybird, okay, or ladybug, depending on how you call it. Now, this is a symbol of luck, okay? Luck, beauty, fortune, and reward. And it's a sign. I would also take it as a sign from someone in spirit, okay? This is maybe a little bit more of a unique sign rather than just the coins and the feathers, although they are great signs. I feel this is something that's really unique. So when you see a ladybird, hopefully you see one in the flesh in real time because they're so beautiful, but it could be like on a billboard, it could be like in a movie, it could be like on a reel or a poster or something. So have a look around you, because when you see that, it indicates that there is better luck on its way for you and there is an auspicious time to come. Now we have the anchor, which of course is about feeling safe and secure, and your reading was all about security there. I mean, the anchor is always about enduring a situation that perhaps has been constant, but you are able to be flexible with the ever-changing environment. You're navigating your way, because if you think about the nature of, an anchor, if you don't want to stick around in that part of the ocean, you can just bring up the anchor and move on. So some of you, this is literal. It could be that you are uprooting and planting roots elsewhere, okay? But I feel this is about you deciding, actually, this doesn't feel good anymore. Let's bring the anchor up, let's move on, and let's relocate somewhere else, or, go and gravitate towards where you feel like you belong or that you feel good, okay? And also we've got yes. So this is a very positive trinket there. It tells me that, you're open, and it means that you will be rewarded, because I'm actually seeing the word reward. I wish you could see what I can see in the water, because, if only there was like an otherworldly kind of camera where I could just like snapshot what I can see in the water and then like prove it to you that I'm like, I see the word reward right now, and it's like I see you kind of like going yes on something, really excited about it. And I'm also seeing a ladder as well. There's no ladder in that, but I'm seeing a ladder right now. So I feel like you are moving on up, or you're trying or reaching for something, and it will be successful and you will be rewarded. And yeah, I just get this energy of you're open to the possibility of more. Okay. And of course, open to an opportunity that is returning for you. So that could be an opportunity in love or business or money or whatever it is that you feel is the missing ingredient, or you feel, you lost out on in life in general. It's coming back around, and this time it's yours, okay? So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you, my beautiful Taurians. I know it was very complex, and it kind of jumped around a little bit, which is not usual, but it's something that's happening in this reading. So perhaps that's how you're feeling, that you're like going from thought to thought to thought, because that Five of Swords is like you're dealing with a lot. You have a lot on your mind right now, and you're trying to work things out. So yeah, you will work things out, and you're making great choices as well. And if you would like to enter a competition to win a free personal reading from me, all you have to do is envisage the world in a golden healing light. And that's all I ask of you. And in the comments box below, after doing that, please just put an emoji of the world and a heart. And if you don't have access to emojis, then just write the words world and heart, and I'll enter everyone into a competition, and I'll announce the winner in roughly about a week and a half now. Okay, so you still have time to enter before I announce the winner. So thank you so much, my beautiful Taurians, and love and light.